So I wanted to give everybody an update on where we're at with the Corporate Transparency Act. We are getting ready to file our complaint. We actually have a couple of new plaintiffs that we will be announcing very soon here that are really big deals. This is going to be a really big case and very excited. I've just been reviewing our draft that is of our complaint, which is what we will submit to the courts. And our attorney, Austin Hepworth, made a point that I hadn't really thought of, or at least I hadn't really thought through completely, and that has to do with the data sharing aspect of this case, or of the Corporate Transparency Act. So the act allows them to share your personal confidential information and your association with any institution, with any foreign government that we have a treaty with. Now, there's an aspect of this, aside from data from your privacy, aside from potential identity theft issues, aside from a lot of things, there's something even bigger to consider here. Let's say that you are an outspoken, in your private life with your First Amendment rights, an outspoken critic of a specific foreign government, maybe some of their actions, and they don't like that. Well, let's give a specific example here. Let's say you're an outspoken critic of China, and let's say that your specific critic is the way that they've treated their Uyghur population, right? And you've posted some things about the camps that they put these people in, how they'd make them do forced labor, that type of thing. And China, your video or your social media content or your public statements, they get some traction. And people are watching it or hearing it. Let's say you get like millions of views on some video you made about it. Well, right now, there's a little bit China can do to leverage the government, that type of thing. But your First Amendment rights pretty much make it pretty difficult for direct retaliation by the U.S. government. However, you have no rights in China. And what China does is they request from our government, say, hey, we're investigating you for a crime in China, which you broke the law in China, by the way. You're saying negative things about the regime. And so they say, hey, we're investigating this person for a crime. We would like the information, the data shared from the Corporate Transparency Act. Well, now China has access to every single company that you are affiliated with. Every single small business, LLC, whatever. And let's say some of those LLCs have contracts with other businesses in China. Or let's say they do some importing or anything like that. They can now economically attack you by threatening those businesses. By saying, hey, you're associated with this person. We're no longer going to do any business with you. We're going to command this business to no longer do business with you. If that person is associated with your organization, they can now economically target you. Your privacy in your economic affairs is completely annihilated by this act. Now, you may think to yourself, well, I don't have any business in China. I'm not doing any international business. This is way further reaching than you think it is. Imagine that you get put on some international blacklist. The EU has laws about what you're allowed to do with privacy and that type of thing, and now they can start asking information about you and try to charge you with crimes. This is opening the door to putting American citizens primarily under international scrutiny and law where your constitutional rights don't exist. And this allows them to target you and to impact people you're associated with. This is huge, guys. We have to stop this. We are filing this lawsuit. Like I said, I feel very, very confident that we're going to win. I feel very confident about that. But the truth is we're going to get fought tooth and nail all the way up the ladder on this. And with the co-plaintiffs we're bringing on and with the people that we're representing, our fight may become the primary fight in this. So what I'm saying is if you haven't reached out and figured out how to get your business covered in this, I mean, I definitely wouldn't comply if I were you. Get covered. Like, let's fight this thing. You do not want to comply with this. You do not want your choice every time you make a comment to be, is this going to affect my ability to provide for my family in the future? So go get covered with this. If you go to our website, homesteadliberation.org, there's a path to getting your business covered. Even if you're not a business owner, if you have any vested interest in a business at all, if you're married to somebody who has a vested interest in a business, this impacts you. It really does. Because of the definitions of what a beneficiary owner are in the Act, which could include just being close friends with somebody who owns a business. That's how scary this thing is. They're basically going to open Pandora's box and punish regular Americans whenever they feel like it with this stuff. So make sure that you go and get your business covered in our path to getting it covered. The other thing is even if you're not, if you can donate $20, I don't care, to our case, we are fighting this completely through the nonprofit because it's violating Americans' rights. But unfortunately, it's also really expensive to fight the federal government in court. They get to use your own money against you. And the way that we're doing this without saddling the entire financial burden on a handful of small businesses who probably couldn't afford it is we're doing it through this collective legal action. So if you can, please chip in whatever is possible, but go check out our article on the Corporate Transparency Act. Go check out our other YouTube videos, and then obviously follow us on social media so that you can get more updates regarding this matter. But no joke, this is opening the door to you now being under international scrutiny for having the wrong views or doing the wrong things, even if it's completely legal in the United States. Thanks again.